You're not broke because you're lazy. You're broke because no one taught you the silent money habits destroying your future. You work hard, you save, but the needle never moves. Why? Because wealth isn't just about hustle. It's about habits. In this video, we're exposing 10 financial traps that feel harmless, but are quietly keeping you poor. And more importantly, we'll show you exactly how to escape them. This is your turning point, the moment you stop playing defense and start building real wealth. No fluff, no theory, just powerful shifts that change your life. If you're ready to take control, this is where it begins. The smallest habits decide your richest future. Let's break the first one wide open. Paying yourself last, the invisible habit that destroys wealth. There's one habit most people have, and they don't even realize how destructive it is: paying themselves last. It sounds harmless, but this single habit quietly robs you of your financial future. Each time payday arrives, you think of bills, shopping, dinners, travel. Only when your wallet is nearly empty do you think, "Do I have anything left to save?" That mindset is a silent killer. Wealthy people never treat savings as optional. They pay themselves first. That's not selfish, it's strategic. Your future self deserves a paycheck too, and the sooner you realize that, the faster you escape financial stagnation. Successful people understand a simple truth: your future deserves to be paid first. They treat saving like an essential bill, one that comes before anything else. As soon as income hits their account, they automatically set aside 10, 20%, even more, into investments or savings. No hesitation, no decision-making, because they know if they wait, temptation wins. This is more than a financial habit, it's a system. Automation is the bridge between financial dreams and reality. The difference between surviving and thriving is often just one habit: consistently prioritizing your long-term future over short-term satisfaction. Shifting this mindset breaks the earn, spend, repeat cycle and activates a deeper motivation. You're investing in your freedom. Don't let money slip away unnoticed. Start treating your future self like your most important bill. This is the simplest, most powerful step toward wealth. When you consistently pay yourself first, you signal to your mind and your bank account that your financial destiny matters. And the best part? You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to decide that your goals are no longer negotiable. Wealth begins with intention. And intention begins the moment you pay yourself first. Buy now, pay later, the psychological trap of modern spending. You walk into a store, spot the latest gadget, and the message gleams: "Take it home now, pay later, 0% interest." Sounds amazing? Think again. This is the front door to a dangerous financial trap. Companies offering these deals aren't generous. They're strategic. They understand your impatience. They're betting on your desire for instant gratification. What looks like freedom is really a financial leash. You're not buying with money, you're borrowing with your future. These small, easy purchases silently pile up, dragging you into debt while giving you the illusion of control. It's not convenience, it's consumer manipulation. Buy now, pay later services are masters of psychological warfare. They tap into your dopamine response, the brain's reward chemical that fires when you spend. That phone, those shoes, the weekend getaway, they all feel amazing at the moment. But behind the rush comes hidden fees, missed payments, and interest rates that can climb up to 30%. Suddenly, your casual purchase becomes a long-term burden. And worst of all, you barely noticed it happening. Financial stress builds slowly, disguised as manageable monthly payments. But over time, these habits turn your cash flow into quicksand, and you won't realize it until you're sinking. The solution isn't to stop spending, it's to spend with full awareness. Use debit cards or cash whenever possible. If you can't afford something today, you probably don't need it today. Train your mind to delay gratification and say no now so you can say yes to real freedom later. Don't let flashy marketing and easy credit hijack your future. Every time you resist the impulse to buy on credit, you reclaim your power. It's not about having less, it's about choosing better. Real control begins when you stop borrowing from tomorrow to impress today. Overspending. The high cost of image and ego. You can afford the $35,000 car, but do you really need it? Or is it a trophy for your ego? A silent way of saying, "I've made it"? Many people spend not for value but for validation. They're trading wealth for image, and they don't even realize it. The truth is, every time you overspend beyond necessity, you steal from your future. A $10,000 car gets you from point A to point B just like the expensive one. But that $25,000 difference? Invested wisely, it could grow into $500,000. Ask yourself, are you buying freedom or just pretending to have it? Financial growth doesn't come from spending more. It comes from keeping more. And what you keep, you must invest. Luxury is not the enemy. Mindless consumption is. The appeal of high-end goods is emotional, not logical. When you buy to impress others, you relinquish your power to people who aren't paying your bills. That upgrade might cost more than money. It might cost you your dreams. Choosing simplicity over show isn't sacrifice. It's strategy. Real success isn't loud. It's quiet, disciplined, and intentional. And often, it's driving an old car while building a net worth that turns into real freedom. Spending smart doesn't mean living poor. It means living with purpose. Every thoughtful decision moves you closer to the life you want, while reckless ones push it further away. Financial maturity is knowing the difference between desire and necessity, and choosing long-term gains over short-term validation. Every time you resist an unnecessary purchase, you're not depriving yourself. You're investing in peace of mind, options, and independence. Don't let society define your worth by what you own. Define it by what you're building. Spend less on appearance, invest more in substance. That's how true wealth is created. Saving without investing. Half the formula, all the frustration. Saving money is a great start, but stopping there is a losing strategy. Millions of people work hard, stash away cash, and believe they're being responsible. But saving alone won't build wealth. Why? Because your money is slowly dying in a low-interest account while inflation eats away at its value. You're not making progress, you're standing still. Real wealth requires movement. Saving protects your capital, but investing grows it. If you're only playing defense, you'll never win the game. To build real financial security, you must move beyond hoarding money. You must put it to work. Picture this. You cut coffee, pack lunch, chase every discount. That's admirable, but if you never invest, you're simply collecting crumbs while ignoring the feast. There's a ceiling to how much you can save, but no limit to what you can earn, or what your money can earn. You'll never save your way to freedom. You must grow. And growth only comes when you take risks, learn, and step into opportunity. Don't let your obsession with saving block your potential for wealth. The most powerful money habit isn't frugality, it's the courage to make your money multiply. The winning formula is simple: save to invest, not just to store. Let your money be seed, not storage. Plan it into index funds, stocks, real estate, or personal development. Build income streams, not just piggy banks. The wealthy aren't just better at saving, they're relentless at investing. Stop playing it small with every coupon and start playing it smart with long-term strategy. A frugal life with no investing is survival. An invested life is freedom. Let your money grow roots, spread, and compound into the life you've always wanted. Interrupting compound growth: how to kill the silent wealth engine. Compound interest is the quiet giant of wealth building. It's like a slow-moving machine that prints money, but only for the patient. When left undisturbed, it turns modest sums into fortunes. But many people sabotage this force by making large, untimely withdrawals. Whether it's to buy a fancy car, an oversized house, or fund a luxurious vacation, the result is the same: you reset the machine. And every time you do, you lose not just the money, but the years of growth that money could have produced. Compound interest rewards consistency, not interruption. When you cash out early, you don't just lose capital, you lose momentum. That $30,000 spent on a car today isn't just gone, it's $300,000 gone from your future. Wealth isn't built by big income, but by uninterrupted growth. Historical data is clear. Long-term investments in the stock market far outperform real estate in return percentages. Time and compounding are your greatest allies if you protect them. But if you keep pulling money out for emotional or image-driven purchases, you break the chain and shrink your future possibilities. The cost isn't in what you buy, it's in what you never grow. That doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy life or buy a home. It means timing matters. Delay big purchases until your assets can cover them without draining your growth engine. Protect your compounding at all costs. It's your silent employee, working day and night, growing your net worth even while you sleep. Don't fire it too soon. Let your investments run, uninterrupted. The longer you leave them untouched, the louder the compounding speaks, and the more powerful your financial position becomes. Compound growth is slow to start, but unstoppable when respected. Interrupting compound growth: how to kill the silent wealth engine. Compound interest is the quiet giant of wealth building. It's like a slow-moving machine that prints money, but only for the patient. When left undisturbed, it turns modest sums into fortunes. But many people sabotage this force by making large, untimely withdrawals. Whether it's to buy a fancy car, an oversized house, or fund a luxurious vacation, the result is the same: you reset the machine. And every time you do, you lose not just the money, but the years of growth that money could have produced. Compound interest rewards consistency, not interruption. When you cash out early, you don't just lose capital, you lose momentum. That $30,000 spent on a car today isn't just gone, it's $300,000 gone from your future. Wealth isn't built by big income, but by uninterrupted growth. Historical data is clear. Long-term investments in the stock market far outperform real estate in return percentages. Time and compounding are your greatest allies if you protect them. But if you keep pulling money out for emotional or image-driven purchases, you break the chain and shrink your future possibilities. The cost isn't in what you buy, it's in what you never grow. That doesn't mean you shouldn't enjoy life or buy a home. It means timing matters. Delay big purchases until your assets can cover them without draining your growth engine. Protect your compounding at all costs. It's your silent employee, working day and night, growing your net worth even while you sleep. Don't fire it too soon. Let your investments run, uninterrupted. The longer you leave them untouched, the louder the compounding speaks, and the more powerful your financial position becomes. Compound growth is slow to start, but unstoppable when respected. Not tracking your finances: the leaky bucket that drowns wealth. You work hard, get paid regularly, yet your bank account never seems to grow. Why? Because you're pouring water into a bucket with holes, and you don't even realize it. Not tracking your spending is one of the biggest reasons people stay broke, despite a steady income. You might know how much you earn, but do you know how much you spend on coffee, takeout, subscriptions, or impulse buys? It's the small leaks that sink the ship. If you don't measure it, you can't manage it. Awareness is the first step to taking control of your money and your future. The golden rule of personal growth applies to money too. What gets measured gets managed. Start small. Track every single expense for 30 days. You'll be shocked at how much is disappearing on things that don't matter. You don't need to cut everything. Just eliminate the top 20% of waste, and you'll find hundreds or thousands of dollars freed up each year. Apps, spreadsheets, even a notebook, use whatever works. The point isn't the tool, it's the commitment to clarity. Money is a game of awareness before it's a game of skill. See where your money goes, and you'll finally start steering it. Tracking your finances isn't about restriction, it's about revelation. You're not punishing yourself, you're protecting yourself. Every dollar you reclaim from unconscious spending is a dollar you can invest in freedom, options, and peace. Most people don't have an income problem, they have a visibility problem. Once you shine light on your habits, you'll find hidden wealth waiting to be redirected. Small leaks left unchecked become floods. But with attention and discipline, you can patch the holes and fill the bucket. Wealth doesn't begin with income, it begins with awareness. Keeping up with others, the silent killer of financial peace. You were perfectly happy with your old phone, until your friend posted their shiny new upgrade on Instagram. Suddenly, yours feels outdated. You didn't change, your perception did. Welcome to the trap of comparison. It pushes you to spend not for need, but for validation. Social media has turned our finances into a public scoreboard, and far too many are going broke trying to look rich. The problem? You're comparing your behind the scenes to someone else's highlight reel, and the price isn't just your money, it's your peace, your focus, and your progress. Comparison doesn't inspire, it steals. Comparison kills contentment. We live in a world where everyone shares their most glamorous, curated moments, and you measure them against your reality. The bills, the stress, the grind. It's a losing game, No matter how much you earn or own, there's always someone with more. But chasing them will cost you everything. Financial peace comes not from excess, but from clarity. When you stop chasing other people's milestones, you start hitting your own. Let others flex for likes. You build for legacy. Real wealth isn't found on timelines, it's found in intention, consistency, and freedom. Redirect your focus inward. The only comparison that matters is who you were yesterday versus who you are today. Track your progress, not someone else's possessions. Invest in your health, skills, and purpose, not image. Every time you choose growth over ego, you take back control. Stop letting strangers on the internet dictate your spending. Instead, define success by fulfillment, not flash. The less you compare, the freer you feel. And ironically, the moment you stop trying to look rich, you start building real, lasting wealth. Comparison is a thief. Cut it off and take your power back. Tax ignorance, the largest expense you're not managing. There's a silent expense draining your wealth every year. Taxes. Most people obsess over saving on coffee, but ignore the fact that taxes will cost them more than any luxury ever could. It's not about avoiding taxes illegally, it's about optimizing them legally and intelligently. Those who win the wealth game don't just earn more, they keep more. And they do that by understanding tax laws, utilizing retirement accounts, holding investments longer, and offsetting gains with losses. If you ignore taxes, you're handing a large portion of your wealth to the government without question. It's time to stop being passive and start being strategic. You don't need to become a tax expert, but you do need to get proactive. Learn the basics, automate smart moves, and build systems that minimize what you owe over time. Use tax-advantaged accounts, harvest losses where appropriate, and hold investments long enough to benefit from lower capital gains rates. This is not about paranoia, it's about protection. Every dollar you save in taxes is a dollar that can grow, compound, and serve your bigger financial vision. The rich aren't smarter, they're more informed. Don't let ignorance be expensive. Let knowledge be your shield. Lifestyle inflation, richer income, same struggle. You're earning more than ever, yet somehow you're not any wealthier. Why? Because as your income rises, so do your expenses. This is the trap of lifestyle inflation. New gadgets, fancier dinners, upgraded vacations. You feel like you're leveling up, but your savings remain the same, or worse. You've traded financial progress for surface-level upgrades. You're still living paycheck to paycheck, just in better clothes. The problem isn't how much you earn, it's how much you keep. And until you fix that equation, no raise will ever be enough. The illusion of wealth will always outpace its reality. True wealth builders maintain one sacred rule. Save a fixed percentage no matter how high their income grows. 10% of $3,000 and 10% of $30,000 are both powerful because they scale with discipline, not desire. Don't let your income become an excuse to overspend. Let it be a tool to accelerate your freedom. Spend intentionally, not impulsively. Upgrade your future before you upgrade your lifestyle. The world rewards flashy spenders, but the universe honors quiet builders. And if you resist lifestyle inflation, you'll create something far more valuable than luxury. Peace of mind, optionality, and lasting financial power. In conclusion, mastering money starts with mastering yourself. Financial freedom doesn't come from luck, it comes from discipline. These 10 habits aren't just money mistakes, they're mindset traps. But the good news? You can break every one of them. You don't need a bigger paycheck, you need a better strategy. Pay yourself first. Invest early. Spend with purpose. Track your habits, and most of all, play your own game, not someone else's. Wealth isn't built overnight. It's built daily, in small, conscious choices. You're not stuck. You're one decision away from a different path. Start now. Start small. But start, because the longer you wait, the more expensive it becomes. Control your habits, and you'll control your future.